How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a new Aggie, Amarco Doyle. Played junior college basketball last year, averaged 14.8 points and 5.9 rebounds per game. I think he's going to be a great addition for the Aggies. Let's get straight into it. He's a 6'7" forward who played at Southern Idaho, shot about 50% from the three-point line and 75% from the free throw line. So very good for him. He's a guy that can come in and shoot the ball well. That's something we lacked a lot last year, as you guys know. And we're doing a lot better with this new team, but I feel he's going to add to that even more. He'll be a sophomore for us this year, and he actually led the team in scoring last year. Second in rebounds, led the team in percentage as well. Shot 112 threes overall and made 56 of them. So he's not afraid to shoot them, and he made more than one a game, so that's good for him. He played in 30 games and started at 21 of them, so for him to come off the bench for a few games and still be leading the team in scoring, super good for him. Kind of reminds me of last year we had Peter come off the bench for a few games, but obviously he was, into the starting role and became our leading scorer as time went on. He was also first team all-conference, which again, for most players to be, first team all-conference, they usually play and start in every single game. So for him to come off the bench for a few games, definitely good for him. We talked about his amazing three-point percentage, and that was enough to earn him a second spot and in all of JUCO all of last year. Again, he shot 112, could have shot a little bit more, but still very efficient. I feel like he takes smart shots. And I'm sure when he's with the Aggies, there'll be a bunch of other guys that can score and shoot the ball well. So he'll have to find a way kind of to, separate himself from that. But I'm sure he's going to be a guy that comes in and knocks down shots. Could be kind of like a big shot Rob type guy, whether he starts or comes off the bench. People were asking me if I think he's going to start. Might be kind of hard for him too, since he's, one of the latest additions. But I think regardless of whatever role he's in, whether he is starting or comes off the bench, I feel like he's a guy that will get true playing time and will make the most out of it. We added him, so you guys might think like we have 16 players now. I believe we still only have 15 because Ibrahim Asako, who played at UNM, he is no longer with the team. I'm not too sure why. He's on the roster, and I saw James Bach on Twitter posting about how he wasn't on the team anymore, and that's why we were able to free, a spot up for Marco. But honestly, this might be a better pickup. Ibrahim or Sako, I can't really say his first name that well. He's definitely a good talent. Just hasn't, really proved himself at the Division I level just yet. And while Marco hasn't either, he still has really good experience playing junior college basketball and dominated play well. Was probably the best player on his team, or at least arguably the best player on his team. So definitely a good gift for us. He was a scoring machine, scored in double figures 22 different times. Almost had 10 20-point games, had 9 of them. And again, for you to score that much points in college basketball at any level is super impressive. He's originally from Queensland, Australia. And obviously being overseas, that reminds me, I do want to talk a little bit about Robert Carpenter because I've been making a lot of posts about him. I believe his, overseas season's coming up soon, as well as Peter, Deontay, Christian Cook. So I'm going to, switch the focus to those guys. Just kind of give you guys an update about our roster and Amarco and stuff. Now let's talk about some former Aggies. And I know I've already talked about where they're at now, but when their seasons start and when you can hear more about them, game-wise. I'm not entirely sure when all their seasons start, but I just know for Robert, BC, Luella, they've been posting a lot about him and tagging me in the post and, doing a collaborative post with him, so that's great to do. From the clips I've seen, he's looking really good. He's catching lobs, knocking down shots from the mid-range area and from the three. I just always liked his game overall. I feel like there's nothing he can't really do. I feel like he's a pretty solid defender. I will say this, when he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's off. Like, he had some really bad stinkers against Liberty. We also had some really good games. Had 3 straight games in Conference USA where he had 16 points. Started off conference strong, ended strong, played well in the tournament. Had some 20-point games in there both years he was with us. So he's definitely a guy who can put the ball in the basket and defend at a high level. And I feel like Hooten really benefited him a lot. And now he's going to hopefully make some good money overseas. Peter Filipovic is obviously back home in Hungary. I feel like him being back there, he's going to play very well. He grew up playing there, knows the system, knows how things work over there. Him coming back with a lot of experience playing, in the United States, I think it's going to really benefit him well. Anthony, who we have on the team currently, played some overseas basketball as well. So he has best of both worlds as well. I think getting that diverse type of play is really helpful for any player. And it's going to be great to have another player like that on the Aggies this year. And obviously with, Marco, the video we're talking about, being from Australia, that adds to that as well. Once I find out more information about those guys and Christian Cook, Deontay Bostic, as you guys know, Deontay played in the TBT. Former Aggie Femi Udakali was also supposed to play in that, but he didn't end up playing in it. Not too sure why. Christian Cook signed an overseas contract, and I believe he's going to be starting there soon with practices and stuff. So I'll keep you guys in the loop with how things are going. But obviously, our season will be starting, so that'll be the main focus. And let me know in the comments below what type of videos you guys want to see. It's really hard around this time of the year to get a whole lot of videos out because there's not a whole lot going on around the program. It was nice today to talk about new Aggie player. Again, not sure what went on with Sako. Not sure why Marvin Cox isn't on the team anymore. I just know that they're not a part of the team anymore. I'm not sure if that was their decision or if it was Coach Huden's decision, if something went on there, if it was bad, not bad. Not too sure. If I ever do find out, I'll let you guys know. No promises I will. I probably won't find out. But if I do, I'll try to let you guys know for sure. Like I talked about last video, I was talking to some people with the athletics media relations, and they were telling me that Coach Hooten had like a junior day last week, the day of the football game, where the Aggies won 19-3 against Bryant, which is a game they were supposed to win against an FCS school. But for those that don't know what junior day is, it's just for juniors in high school to kind of get a glimpse of what the Division I basketball, scene looked like. I've been seeing so many things on Twitter and Instagram, so many different posts from different players who have even followed me. There's at least 20 of them, if not more, so I can't make a post about all of them. And a lot of them were just unofficial visits. Not all of them were offered. There were some, still trying to figure out those, and I'll probably make a video about that later on, more in depth of it all. Make some posts more in depth about it if I'm able to find out exactly. And who knows, maybe it was just a lot of unofficial visits that I saw. But I do believe that there's 2 or 3 offers in there. Obviously, we won't be able to get all of them, but if we could get some of them at a young age, that'll just be good to build up for the future without a doubt. It's also really crazy seeing these guys who are like 4 to 5 years younger than me, if not more, a little less, getting all these offers and stuff. Like I remember when I was in high school and stuff, people my age were doing that. Even when I was in college, they were barely younger. Now I'm a senior in college and it feels like they're way younger than I am. So that's definitely crazy to see. And I feel like that's something a lot of people go through and it feels like I'm getting old or something. That's gonna close out the video for today. I know we talked a lot yesterday and a little bit more today. 2 separate videos, and that's the way I like to do them. If you guys want more longer videos where I just talk about a whole bunch of topics in one, then I can do that. If you guys want more updates right when they happen, they'll probably be a little bit shorter. Can't wait for the basketball season to start. I think I mentioned this recently in some videos, but the basketball game against UNM is officially at 7 p.m. here at the Pan American Center on November 15th. So make sure you're there and you don't miss it, especially in the Las Cruces area. I'm not sure how expensive tickets are. For that game, it'll probably be a little bit more. But for students like myself, it's free. Who knows, I always might be helping out with the media relations and all that. That should be a fun game. Beat them on the road last year. Should have beat them home the year prior after a game blown out to them at the pit. I believe we're 4-2 against them in the pit in the last 6 games. And obviously we beat them the last game we played against them. And the last time we played them against them at home, almost won. Lost the one prior to that as well in a close game. I believe the lights went out that game. So it'll be a fun game. Hopefully we get our first win at home against them in a while. Really looking forward to it. And for the season as a whole, I'm out.